Hi there, Beau Bratton here. I am the founder and general manager of SpeedToContact in Torrance, California. Today on this vlogcast, we'll be talking about the three main types of dialers, how they work, and which one might be best for your business. So let's dig in, why don't we? Number one, we have the preview or power dialer. The preview or power dialer is the slowest. Number two, we have the progressive dialer, which is a little bit more efficient and effective. And then finally, we have the predictive dialer. So let's start off with the first one, the preview or power dialer. The preview or power dialer is, again, the slowest dialer. It calls on a 1-to-1 calling ratio. So that will allow your sales rep to preview the lead. They can look through the lead information, and they can decide if they want to call it. And if they do, they simply click to call, and they'll be placing that call. Now, they might reach the consumer. They might reach a voicemail. Who knows? So this is a good type of dialer if you have a very consultative type of sales approach. One thing that's incredibly important is that the leads that are being offered up have some great logic behind them. So a good call workflow is critically important. Otherwise, you're being offered leads that may not be the best leads to call at that moment in time. All right, next up we have the progressive dialer. The progressive dialer, again, is a little bit more efficient and effective than a preview dialer, but it's very similar. It still calls on a 1-to-1 ratio. The call information, I guess the core difference is that the call information is passed to your agent as it's making a phone call. So it will begin to ring, and they will see who they're calling, and they don't have a choice. So they can't click, no, I don't want to call this person. It's just calling one lead after another. It's a little bit more efficient. This is good for sales teams that don't have quite as much of a consultative type sales process, but instead maybe it's more of a scripted transactional type of sales process. And then finally we have the Ferrari of dialers, the predictive dialer. So the predictive dialer is the turbo, and you set a call ratio. What's incredibly critical about a predictive dialer is the size of your team. So if you don't have at least 10 people on your team, then you probably don't want to consider a predictive dialer. You can look into it if you have 6 or 7 and you're planning on growing. But in order to really reap the benefits of a predictive dialer, you need to have a bunch of agents in it at the same time. So the way a predictive dialer works is you can put a predictive dialer on a call ratio. You might put it on a 3-to-1, a 5-to-1, or a 7-to-1. And so when your agents log in, depending on how many agents are logged in at the exact same moment in time, the dialer will start calling on that ratio. So let's say you have 10 agents in the system, and all of them, you're on a 3-to-1 ratio, it's going to make 30 phone calls. So it's going to make 3 phone calls to every agent, so 30 phone calls for 10 agents instead of a maximum of 10. This can be much more efficient. What happens in a typical predictive dialer system is there's voicemail detection. So everybody's gotten those phone calls where you answer the phone, you say hello, and you say hello again, and then finally you hear a click, and then the whoever is connected to you. I personally hang up on those phone calls a lot. I don't, there's no reason for anybody that's using a predictive dialer to call me the majority of the time, and I think a lot of people do hang up on those. So one of the drawbacks is that you're just not going to get a hold of certain individuals. But on the positive side, if you have a business that is more again, highly scripted, maybe it's a smaller sale, you can call on aged leads and get a hold of a lot more consumers in a short period of time. That is the predictive dialer. Now, there's a lot of legalities behind predictive dialing with regards to abandonment rates, and we won't dig into all that. Of course, there's also FTC and TCPA regulations that overshadow all dialing in general. So definitely look into that, and we'll save that for another vlogcast. But in summary, if you have a smaller team and it's a much more consultative approach, you probably want to look at a preview dialer. This allows your agents to review the information first, maybe go to look at the website, or come up with some sort of angle and sales presentation, and then click to call and speak to the consumer. Whereas if you have a larger team and you just it's all about numbers and you have a very transactional quick pitch, predictive dialer is definitely the way to go. These are just some of the options out there. There's also click-to-call. We'll be reviewing more in the future, but I appreciate you taking time today. If you want more information or consultation on what dialer might be best for you and what's available on the market, please visit our website at SpeedToContact.com. That's SpeedToContact.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter. And you can also call us on our 800 number at 866-678-1288. I'm Beau Bratton, founder and GM of SpeedToContact. I appreciate your time, and we'll see you soon. Take care.